What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review, and today we are doing a Marcel P VOD review. If you guys didn't catch my VOD reviews at the end of last set of this guy, he hit, I think, rank 2 NA. He was way up there on the ladder. I don't think he ever actually hit rank 1 because, you know, there's people like Dishsoap and Setsuko who, like, are not real people. Like, I just don't know how. But very, very high elo player. The last few sets, honestly. And he's been playing a lot of PBE in-houses. I feel like a lot of the in-houses that I've watched, I've noticed that Marcel has been playing in. So I think he's probably a really, really good person to watch to get some understanding for what the meta looks like, what, you know, this set looks like, because it's coming alive in, you know, not too many days. Today's Friday, so we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 5 days, and then Wednesday it comes live. So very, very soon. And the meta's probably not going to change too much from right now on PBE to live. Usually they'll do like one more like medium to big patch before it goes live, but a lot of what we're seeing right now is going to be the meta so far. Opener right now, it's a 5-component opener. We're holding on to this kind of like Incantor setup here. Augment-wise, yeah, I don't really like that middle augment very much. I looked at the statistics on it, the PBE statistics on it, Transfiguration, and I don't know, I just can't imagine this augment being very good. You get a component now, and then you have to purchase 3 charms to get another component. Like, that's... You're not going to get another component until, like, earliest, like, the end of this stage, and then, like, the next one is, like, middle of stage 3. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of this one. Haven't seen this one, though. Caramelized Comforts. Sugarcrafts gain 50 health and 8% chance to drop 1 gold on kill for each component they hold. Oh, yeah, I have seen this. So this is like the Sugarcraft type augment. We don't have much in the way of Sugarcrafts, right? I don't think we have a Straka or a Rumble yet, so I don't think we should be that interested in this. Wandering Train is just a good generic option. Scapegoat also tends to be like kind of weak. I think they buffed it to 4 gold at some point, but still, I think the stats aren't amazing. And yeah, LDP you don't want to start off with. So it's going to be Wandering Trainer. Let's see what this is. This is Sugarcraft. All right, so we are going to probably end up playing that plus Blaster here. So we could maybe start off with Blaster on this board for now. We don't actually get the free gold reroll. And yeah, actually, we'll just sit on this board for now, the 3 Honeymancy board, not play either of our traits, but this lets us at least, you know, have a good setup here. I guess your only other option would be like this fairy combo here. You could play like Tristana plus Lilia, and you don't have a Bastion to play is the hard part. If you had a Bastion here, I would look at making that. Also, itemization. Let's look at this here. I mean, it does look like a pretty reasonable Spark Slam here, like something like Spark Nashers. But like with Sugarcrafter +1, what do you actually want to play towards here? Like Gwen is the idea, like Gwen carry. I think is the idea of Marcel this game. Okay, honestly, I'll be real with you guys. I looked a little bit ahead in the VOD. He goes for the Spark Sunfire Slam here, and I know that Marcel ended up playing around Jinx this game. I like making 10 here, perfect. Like no reason not to at this point. But yeah, he ended up just playing like more vertical Sugarcraft with Jinx being the main carry. So it's kind of interesting to me that he goes for this Spark Slam here. I guess he probably at this moment wasn't thinking about Jinx too much yet, and like the idea is eventually we'll get into Jinx. Also, I would imagine you would, yeah. Like honestly, your early game's not that good. I think you do just play this so that you can start getting the Sugarcraft stacks. I think this makes perfect sense, yeah. But I'm a little bit surprised on the Spark Slam here. I mean, I'm sure it's a pretty good item onto Gwen later, who's going to be like your secondary carry, but it does kill like Winsu, which is one of Jinx's best items. So yeah, a little bit surprised by that. But maybe he's thinking right now, like I don't know if I'm actually going to play towards like Jinx carry. Maybe his idea is just like push levels and play vertical Sugarcraft. But yeah, I mean, this is a comp that we watched Dishsoap play a little bit earlier this set, though not really in the like the reroll variation, more of just like a push levels win streak variation. Marcel here, like without a win streak, wants to play more reroll type stuff, ideally, just because he's not going to have that great of an opener. And yeah, he's just throwing the team into the planner here, considering Fiora for that Fiora-Gwen duo carry here. Is there like a hunter that you would really want to play for Jinx? That's the thing that's kind of always awkward to me in this comp is like, yeah, you could throw in like a random like Olaf or something, but he really just doesn't fit that well onto the board. Yeah, we're looking at something like this, which is like more towards like a vertical, like a standard for warrior board. I would love to see just a Gwinsu pickup because I know we are playing for. I would imagine we're playing for Jinx this game, and yeah, the Gwinsu does get taken there. It's her best item, and we need to play towards her in some fashion this game. So I like the Gwinsu pickup there a lot. Ooh, and that is a great shot because now we can actually get 4 Sugarcraft in. This is going to speed up the rate at which we start like actually getting Sugarcraft value, yeah, we can move these items over to a better Vanguard here, make the Gwinsus for sure. I would kind of like to make gold here. Yeah, and I think this is smart. He's going to guarantee that we can make gold here. The only downside is now we have to itemize Bard, which, I mean, he's a fine unit to itemize. It's just we would prefer the items on Jinx. But we do have this remover, so we can move items over to Bard later. So, I mean, I actually, after looking at how all this has gone, I do kind of like the spot that we ended up in. Also, ooh, that's a Varus. And we do have Blaster +1. So we can certainly play this for now. I mean, it's not so crazy to think that you could actually play Varus from this position. I believe during PvE, Varus has been buffed so that his ability scales with attack speed now. So Gwinsu is actually like not that bad on him anymore. I guess I haven't actually got a chance to play like Gwinsu Varus yet, but the statistics, if PvE stats are to be believed, which like take them with a little bit of a grain of salt, but they say that Gwinsu is actually not a bad item onto Varus anymore, which is really good for item flexibility. Though, yeah, now that we have this Jinx, honestly, I do think we're probably full steam ahead for playing around this Sugarcraft setup here. We almost have 6 Sugarcraft here, which would be insanely good if we could get early. And the other big thing is, yeah, like, we need to sort of consolidate. We need to commit to an opener right now. Because, yeah, if we don't commit here, then we're not going to be able to make, like, 30 gold, and that's going to feel really, really bad. So I think it makes sense to commit to this side. Ooh, the 2-star Mordekaiser is huge here. You could even look at Crown Guard as a slam here. And yeah, I like the remover. Get the item over onto Jinx. Yep, I love the Crown Guard slam here. And yeah, we can just get Hunter in as the Kog'Maw for now. I mean, this looks very, very nice from an opener perspective. And the question is just when are we going to spend our econ? Are we going to push fast 7 and roll on 7 to play for Jinx 3? Are we just going to go fast 8 and just use all of our rolls on 8? We'll see. Because we already have a really, really strong board. We definitely don't need to roll before 7. The question is, do we roll at 7? Augment-wise here, ooh, a lot of nice stuff. Probably not too tanky. Category 5, probably one of the best augments that you can get onto Jinx. You can just go Renons. Maybe you could even go double Renons. And she's all about the auto attack, so this is huge on her. And then all that shimmers is, I mean, at 3-2, you're probably not taking this, but this also doesn't even seem like there's a world where you take like Gambler's Blade, all that shimmers, make a bunch of gold, but it's, if it was 2-1 and I had the Jinx already, I would love this, but because it's 3-2, it's a bit late. So I think it's just an easy category 5 here. You can be very, very pleased with that onto this Jinx here. And yeah, this looks great. Crash Test Dummies also would have been a fun option because we already have the one dummy, but we also just have so much frontline here already. Ooh, this is crazy to me. The level 6 roll down here. I'm quite surprised by this actually. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess he wants to keep his streak, but we ended up rolling to 0 here. And he wanted to get a good charm in here. Must be the idea. I'm just quite surprised. I mean, I don't think we scouted too much here. I'm surprised by this because I don't think we need to really roll here for our board to be strong enough to win fights. I feel like this, like, our board was already insane with the Mordekaiser too. Maybe had a better understanding of the lobby tempo and like how strong everybody is. But yeah, I mean, this seems crazy to me that we rolled this much on 6. I mean, you want to roll on 7, right? You would prefer to roll on 7, I guess. It must be RE2 over Rise 1. Right? I mean, I guess this allows you to make gold. Yeah, okay. And maybe Marcel's read is that Rise is just such a strong unit that you'd prefer to play him over Ari, because Ari is like a little bit like as far as a unit goes, whereas Rise, I don't actually have that much of a read on Rise, but he dealt 800 damage here. I mean, that's not great, but it's not horrible. Also looking at, nah, you can't make gold there. So yeah, no, also we really don't want to sell those Soractas because we need them for our 6 Sugarcraft once we get there to start getting to those big Sugarcrafts. Loki, I would just go for, I mean, you could go for Sword or Bow here, or even Glove for LW. Yeah, okay. LW, I think must be fine on this Jinx unit. You don't really want something like an IE if you can help it, just because she has no ability really. Her spell just augments her attacking faster. So something like an IE is not amazing. I like really wanted Bow to go for the double Renons, but yeah, we'll see. And oh, I love this as well. Just slam the glove onto Rise, get maximum Sugarcraft value, and you know, Rise is being sold later, so it's fine. You could slam the glove onto Jinx, but there is a world where this glove ends up being like a Thief's Gloves, or like maybe, I don't know, a Hodge for our potential Gwen later. So I like this a lot, right? You just hold the glove here. You don't necessarily have to commit it to the Jinx because there's a world where it doesn't go on Jinx. And we're still even holding on to this Katarina here because she fits pretty well onto the board. You can play the very standard version where you play around Rakan plus Katarina, get that fairy in, get warrior in for Gwen, and, you know, you're just pretty happy with that. So I think this makes perfect sense. Because we rolled so deep on 3-2, we do have a really, really nice win streak here, but we're also a little bit broke, right? Level 650 gold here is not very rich for this phase of the game. But the upside is we have this win streak, we have all this stuff. Maybe we end up finding a random Mordekaiser 3 onto this board. I don't know why I had a little bit of an accent when I said that. I don't know if this is like the standard version that Marcel would play. I don't think so, because like a random, I mean, Mordekaiser surely fits on this board. It's just a little bit odd, but I mean, at this point we're 6 Mordekaisers. I think we can certainly find Mordekaiser on 7. Ooh, really a shop with all 3 costs. I'm actually so down for here in this situation. There's so many 3 costs we'd love to pick up, and yeah, 2 more Jinxes. That's huge. I think that absolutely commits us to being, you know, like staying for going for Jinx 3 and Mordekaiser 3 as well. And we do actually commit to the IE Slam. I think this actually makes sense, even though I just talked about how much I do not care for IE on this unit. Because IE doesn't do that much, but it is an item slam here. You're very incentivized to slam with Sugarcraft, and it keeps the Giant's Belt open for either like an Even Shroud, well, just Even Shroud, right? You don't even need Morello. Avenge the Fallen, perhaps? 3's a crowd. We are playing Mordekaiser. Well, I mean, we're playing Mordekaiser plus Jinx plus Bard. We can maybe fit some more 3 costs. I think you could think about this 3's a crowd here. There's also Sugarcraft Emblem. But this is a spot where just like Sugarcraft Emblem actually do that much for us. It gives us 6 right now is the big thing, but it's not like there's any 8 Sugarcraft to play for. I guess it also does allow us to cut Soraka, which feels really good. It's kind of a fawn. But I wouldn't actually be shocked if we didn't take Sugarcraft Crest here, just because it just gets us to 6 now. We are just going to go for it, though. I mean, I can see it. Like, guaranteeing getting 6 sugar in right now is good, but, like, the thing is just, like, late game, it's kind of a fawn. But, like, I don't know. I'm comparing this to... I'm trying to think of what trait I'm thinking of this is very analogous to in the current set, where, like, you would oftentimes see people not take +1s in, like, I guess if you already have +1 like Story Weaver, you'd often see people not take another +1 Story Weaver, just because, you know that you can get to 7 Story Weaver, and it's not like you're getting to 10 Story Weaver, and there's no, 10 Sugarcraft here. Also, oh, we just got a component off of our thingy, yeah. Also, why do we have all of this stuff in T-Planner here? Whatever. We're still rolling at 7 here. Yeah, just gonna pick up decent charms as we see them. And yeah, now that we're so close, I think sending in extra time to find Jinx is huge there. We found so many Jinxes so quickly on that roll down. So at this point, we're just going to push levels. So yeah, I mean, I guess the upside, though, to what Marcel does here in taking the Sugarcraft +1 is also it gets you to 6 sugar faster, which allows you to stack Sugarcraft faster. I guess that's something that I didn't consider with that. Maybe that's something worth considering, is that, like getting 6 sugar in now versus getting it in later is kind of very big, because it increases the rate at which you're getting Sugarcraft. I could see that. Item-wise here, I would really like an Even Shroud, though it is on a... Yeah, I don't think we're getting Even Shroud there. So what are we even taking here? Like Gwen item, here, sword. Okay. Yeah, not sure exactly which... Oh, there's Gwen, though, finally. Nice. We can just play that over Soraka. The Zillion, too. Oh, it's just gonna be Shojin. Interesting. Shojin here. I mean, I don't completely hate Shojin onto Bard. I'm kind of surprised that it ends up being... I mean, yeah, it's like a decent enough item. Getting Bard cast faster is quite valuable, because you get that extra damage onto all the units. You get 10% extra damage that the units that Bard hits are taking. So that feels really, really good. So yeah, Shojin onto Bard. And we could even... I mean, we're probably not going to, but there's a world, right, where our next shop has a few Bards in it, and we end up going for Bard 3. We do get our first big cash out from the Sugarcraft, so we get some gold, and, ooh, I guess the other thing to think about, because Sugarcraft, I was such a hater that Sugarcraft gives a like golden remover on the 950 cash out, because I'm like, who really cares about golden remover? But honestly, the more that I watch people play with Sugarcraft, the more I feel like golden remover is really good. Also, we actually got kind of stomped by this board. I want to go back and look at what T-Light's board is here. Is this kind of classic? Not really classic at all, actually. Oh, it's the shapeshifter. Yeah, this is going to be so broken on release. It's the I forget what this augment's called, big beefy, too beefy, whatever it is, where you play a bunch of shapeshifters and then you play Karma on the board, and then you can fit Karma plus Cassiopeia, which feels really good. It's so strong, just because the shapeshifters gain a bunch of HP. Karma, when she kills a unit, heals units for their max HP, so you have an insanely tanky Swain just healing up for, I think it's like 8% of his max HP when a unit with a Karma Rift on them dies. Like, it's it is so nuts. So yeah, I'm not surprised to see that winning. Nora and Yumi cannot be fit on this board. Yeah, and then Marcel goes back and look at it. He's like, wait, what did I just lose to? And yeah, it's a very good board. It's pretty insane. But yeah, I mean, at this point, the question is, I guess, do you want to roll more on 7 or do you want to push 8 here? We're 2 off Mordekaiser and pretty far off of a Bard 3. We give some extra HP to this unit here, which is not amazing. I kind of want to just make Last Whisper here. I know it's awkward. You just go Last Whisper, and then this becomes Nashers. I know it's awkward, but we don't have Armor Shred without Last Whisper here, which feels bad. Looks like we're looking at like maybe TG Nashers, but yeah, I don't know. The problem is you don't have a great Last Whisper holder. I guess theoretically, my idea would be once we have the Golden Remover, I could put Last Whisper on Jinx, and then I would just move IE over to some unit who like doesn't hate it, like Bard. That would be my thought, but it doesn't feel amazing. TG is definitely like a better in the moment slam. The downside is just losing out on the Last Whisper, but maybe it's Marcel's read that Last Whisper is not that important on this comp. That he'd rather just the higher quality, more like BIS type item. Yeah, I mean, looking like at this point we're just gonna okay, we're gonna slow roll on 8 for this stuff. Ooh, interesting. Honestly, I don't really agree with that because we know we're getting Golden Remover. Maybe Marcel's not thinking about that there, but we sell off a Bard 2 so that we can move items over to Melio. And Melio's a great item holder. And it's also cool to see this kind of adaptation where we're actually playing around Melio because we hit him instead of the Katarina. Because he's just gonna be a better unit for our board because we're not really itemizing Gwen that much. We just have the TG on her, right? But we know we're about to get this Golden Remover, I would think. Unless they've changed loot tables. But yeah, there's Golden Remover. So yeah, I don't see why we sell the Bard 1 round early. I assume he was just not thinking about that, which, you know, fair enough. Also looking like Fiora is going to be our level up here. That's the way to fit everything that we want. We're going to play with the Gwen Fiora plus Melio setup, plus, it's like Gwen Fiora, Melio. We don't currently have Rakan in, right? But eventually, like, a very common Fast 9 board, like, core to play around late game is, Gwen, Fiora, Melio, Rakan, and Morgana. Just like makes everything fit really, really well. Morgana item here, ideally, just the Vow looks really, really nice. It's also into a Fiora too, which is kind of nice. And yeah, the question still is just, are we just gonna push level? Okay, we do, yeah. Because, I mean, this is a really big level up. The downside is that it makes it a little bit harder to find Mordekaiser, but I think when you're staring this level up in the eye, I feel like you do make it. Also, we have, is there a reason we have Zillion in over Rakan? You don't get Fairy in, but the upside is we get to play, I guess, like a higher quality unit. Zillion stuns, whereas Rakan is Fairy here, which is like, we already have a triple itemized Melio here, so like getting Fairy is not that big. You just throw the Fairy Crown onto like Rakan and it wouldn't feel amazing. Yeah, I mean, he's certainly thinking about it, right? I honestly, you could just take this charm for Econ. We don't have, am I crazy? We don't have Chrono in, right? Yeah, he's looking at this this Camille, but I don't think she can even be played. And yeah, he's trying to figure out how to fit the Rakan, which yeah, I mean, I guess for you could even cut the Fiora, lose 4 Preserver, but I don't know. I feel like Warrior is actually quite big at this point onto Gwen. I guess it also depends on what items that Gwen rolls, because like if you roll really good items on Gwen, then the Warrior value onto her is bigger, versus when you like roll bad items, it's not as big. Here's another big cash out here. Some components. We could make Titans Morgana if we really want to. Are we really making Titans Morgana? That's so gross. I feel like I'd rather just make Bramble, even though like I know it's Bramble best, but Titans Morgana, blah. Item here as well, which could be a Morgana item. I'm going to continue to roll down here, just try to pick up an upgrade there. There's finally the 3-star. It took us long enough. And we do have this duplicator for Morgana. So yeah, something like, I don't know, BT. I think I would prefer BT Bramble, but I don't know. I'm going to see. I'm ready to see this BT Titans Morgana go off. I'm down to see where this goes. I mean, maybe, I guess the idea is that a 2-star with BT Vow, if you can get it stacked up, yeah, there's 25 stacks pretty easily. Okay, maybe. I don't know if I'm 100% convinced about Titans Morgana, but I kind of see it. I kind of see the value in it. But yeah, I mean, at this point, we are just coasting. Wow. Look at T-Light's... I just want you guys to go back and look at T-Light's spot again. He's 17 HP. He's 2nd place in HP. He's top 3. Look at his board. His board, like, if you were to kind of, like, objectively say, like, how... Like, what placement do you think this board would get? I would say probably bot 4, if you just didn't tell me what his, like... like if you just said from like a balanced perspective, he's carrying a Karma 1. Obviously, he found Cassiopeia 3, which is nice, but so many items are on Karma 1, and then his front line is just a couple of Swain 2s, and then a Nico 2 with a TG. Like, this does not even look like a top 4 board to me. Has random Frost in from the Diana, which I guess fits like decently here, and then random Chrono in. Like, this board, I mean, like you kind of have to fit Chrono with Karma. But yeah, like the board does not. I'll just say I don't think that board looks very good, but I just think it goes to show how strong that setup is. I think T-Light's streams. Maybe I can go find the VOD for that game and pull it up, because honestly, like that is a comp that I should do a VOD on, because I think it is so insane. And I mean, you can just see and how high of a placement the T-Light's got. Also, fighting another Karma board here. This is more of like a vertical Chrono Karma. We just barely get through it. Oh my god, and it's a double kill there. So it's a dub for Marcel. I'll wait for the final match history to pop up so you guys can see all the final comps. But yeah, this was a fun game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Saw Jinx carry get the pop off. Saw some high up Sugarcraft cash out. Still, I need to review a VOD where I get to see like the final biggest Sugarcraft cash out, because there was a crazy one at the end, and I'm sure I'll get to a VOD of it someday. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and all my other links down below. Thanks for watching.